Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. We are here today to make this super fun slide and lock folio. This will be great at your craft fairs. It's going to be quick and easy to do. It does not have a lot of interaction, but it does have this little wow moment right here. Because sometimes at craft fairs, you have non-crafters and they don't like a lot of flips and flaps, but they want, you know, something more than just an old school picture album, you know. So this is a slide and lock. So this one, you literally just slide that off. You have a little gatefold and you have a waterfall. This is going to be perfect to use up all of your scraps. I did this whole thing out of scraps, especially when we have like those weird cuts from our regular, you know, from other scrapbooks or projects that you're doing. This just slides on and off like so. And you could, you know, you could do a lot with this. You can actually, if you wanted to punch a hole, let me find my hole puncher. Do something like this. Maybe just punch a hole right there, and I don't know, I don't have a lot of supplies, so I'm just gonna, and obviously I'm making this up as I go along. Just trying to find a string. Okay, punch a hole right here. You know, nicely tie some seam binding or, you know, something fun here, and maybe connect your long string, like sandwich it in between your back and your matting, so that way, you know, I'm gonna put a little piece of tape. Obviously you're gonna do a better job than this, but I literally just made this up. So that way, when they pull this all the way off, they don't lose it. See how it's attached. So I don't know, you'll figure something clever out, and then you just put it back in and it locks it down. Okay. Something clever like that. But it is just a slide up and a waterfall. All right, so these are going to fit your 3x4 pictures. So they measure 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. And I'm trying to find my pictures. Of course, I was not prepared. Okay, this picture is a little bit bigger than 3x4. It's actually 3.5 by 4.5. So, but the inside pictures are 3x4. So you can get your picture in there. You can always do your 2x3s. Like so. So there is a lot of real estate in this book. I'm trying to find another horizontal 3x4, but I don't have one. So see, this is a 3x4 that would fit perfectly in that space. You don't even have to mat if you don't want to. Typically what I see when people sell their wares for craft fairs, they do mat the front, and then the back they just leave blank for pictures or journaling. But this is perfect for your 3x4 pictures, your 2x3s. You can crop down your 4x6s. All of that's good business. Okay, so let's go ahead and make it. For your base, you're going to need a piece that is 5x6. So we're just going to follow the cutting guide that's in your description box. I like to write mine out so I know what I'm cutting, or you can just cut and paste. So five by 6. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. So 5x6. That is our base page. And then you're going to need your 2 gatefold flaps, which are these 2 pieces here. They are going to be 3 1/8 by 6. Yes, I'm using this ginormous piece of cardstock. It's a little thin though. All right, so 3 1/8 by 6 and 3 1/8 by 6. Okay, now this one we need to score on the short side at 2 1/2 and 2 5/8. So 2 1/2. And 2 5/8. And that is 1 3 5. That is right before the 3/4 inch. Because you need 1 3 5. I did the first one too hard and this one too soft. This is my first time using the long paper that I got from the store. Alright, so you need to have like a little 1/8 of an inch gusset there. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing. 2 1/2 and 2 5/8. Okay. That gives us our little flaps. Now, there's two different ways that you can deal with your flaps, okay? You can wrap them around the back, like so, and then you're gonna have to mat the back. Or you can place them right on top of your folio, and then you don't have to mat, but you're gonna have to color block with your strips because you're gonna be able to see it, because as you can see, the waterfall is not exactly edge to edge. I love the look of a color blocking, so that's why I made it this way, but it's up to you. I'm gonna put mine on top because I don't have to mat the back. Sometimes we just don't want to mat the back, and this is one of those times. So let's go ahead and put tape on our paper. So you're gonna put it on the 1/2 inch side. And if you're going to glue your paper to the inside, you're going to put it on the dented side. If you're going to wrap your flaps around the back, you're going to put it on the bumpy side. Okay. All right, let's take our bond folder. And you're going to go ahead and crease both of those as best as you can. Oh, this paper is so thin. I might be wasting score tape. It already cracked on me because I scored it too hard. Anyway, all right. So let's pull in our. Should we keep cutting or? Nah, let's go ahead and set this up. All right, so I'm gonna take my backing off and I'm gonna put mine right on top here. I like to work from the bottom, so I'm turning my paper. All right, so let's get this lined up. Okay. Mine's not going to be perfect because I can't see, and this paper is not the best quality paper, but you get what you pay for. I paid like $1 something. But anyway, okay, so there we go. So that's me putting it on top, and as you can see, it is going to overlap, so I'm going to have to cut off a little bit of each one. Or you can wrap it around the back like I did this one. So, okay, so that is your choice. Alright, so there's that. Let's just put that to the side. Let's keep going down our cutting guide. Now you're going to need 4 pieces of 4x4 paper, and you're going to score 2 of them at 2 inches. So 4 by 4, 1, 2, 3, and nope. And 4. Okay, so 4 squares, 4 by 4 squares. 2 of them you're going to score at the 2-inch mark. This is our locking mechanism we are making. So this piece right here. So 1 and 2. The other 2 don't get scored. So we're going to go ahead and fold our paper, the 2 that you scored. Okay. And now the 2 that you didn't score, bring those in. You just need one at a time. And you need to have your openings spine to spine. So opening to the left, opening to the right. And we're going to glue those on top of the square. Of course, my glue doesn't want to come out. Okay, you know what? For me, I'm using tape runner because I don't know where my needle is. Don't use tape runner. Use actual glue or strong tape. But for time purposes, I'm just going to do this. Okay. And then you're going to take your second one and you're going to make sure your openings are opposite and you're going to glue that down. If you put your glue on the wrong side, just fold it until you get your openings back to back. Yes, from experience. All right, so it should look something like this, okay? See, I have an opening on the left and the right. And then you're going to take your strong glue or your score tape and you're going to put glue on here and you're going to glue your top on. Now, I was going to make this a permanent, like, and give this as a gift, but this paper is not quality paper. So that's why I'm just using tape runner, because this is going in the trash when we're all done. Alright, so now it should look like this, a little X. That's how your mechanism locks in. So you put your right gatefold in on the right side and then your left on the left. So here it is. Now, I did not cut anything off like I said, just because I wanted to show you this. So depending on how well you lined everything up, your mechanism may be okay and you don't have to cut anything off, but that's really how your mechanism works. I don't like that the bottom is touching, so I'm going to cut off 1/8 of an inch off of one side on mine. But you can do whatever you want on yours. Alright, so I'll do that later. But let's go ahead and cut our 6 pieces at 4 1/4 by 3 3/4. Let's see. And you're going to go ahead and cut all 6. This says 150 GSM, which is 40 pound, but it's barely above copy paper. So this one I cut, this is 3 3/4, and I know I need to score it at 1/2 inch on the short side, so I'm going to go ahead and score it while I'm here, and then turn it around and do 4 1/4. So So these ones are already scored. 1, 2. Okay. So 3 3/4 scored on the short side at 1/2 inch by 4 1/4. So 2, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, now the ones that we didn't score on the short line, let me go ahead and score 1/2 inch on the short side. Okay. If your paper scraps are a little bit smaller, you know, you can always make your score line thinner. It doesn't have to be a 1/2 inch. I just like the 1/2 inch because it's easier to work with, but you can always do a 1/4 inch. When I first started scrapbooking, I did everything in 1/4 inch, but then it just got too hard to work with it. I found that 1/2 inch is much easier to work with, but sometimes I do have to go back to 1/4 inch to save paper, or if I only have one piece of a specific paper, I will make my measurements smaller. Okay. Again, you're going to use your score tape or your glue, and you're going to go ahead and tape all of your waterfalls. Don't use a tape runner. I know I am, but do not unless you want it to go in the garbage. It's not strong enough. Okay, and my last ones. So this is what I would do with the score tape. We're pretending this is score tape. I would put my score tape on all of mine first, not remove the backings, and then place my waterfall. I like to work upside down, so that's why my paper's upside down. And here's another tip too. This is going to overlap just a little bit. I think it'll be fine, but you can cut your score lines down on your flaps if you want to. I didn't find it an issue. All right, so I'm just going to line up the second one. Take the backing off, make sure there's no overhang. Line it up. The third one, take the backing off, make sure there's no overhang. Line it up. The next one, same thing, take the backing off, make sure there's no overhang. Line it up. And then same thing with this one, take the backing off, line it up. Now this is perfectly lined up because I'm not keeping this. Of course. And then line that one up. Okay, get your bone folder and get these all down. And that is it. Use some color blocking strips to cover that. Put a piece here. Whatever you want to do. Take your punches and change the corners. You know, you can round them, do the ticket stub, whatever you want. Add your closing mechanism. And just slide it down. And it is a perfect little folio ready to go. Super cute. You can alter this by changing the size of the sliding mechanism. Just make sure it's, I mean, it's easier if it's a square. You could do it if it's a rectangle too, but if you don't want to have to think about the measurements, just do squares. So this square here, I think these are 3 by 3s. Yeah, this one's a little 3 by 3. And this is a 4 by 4. So depending on how big you want your locking mechanism, that's how you're going to make it. Isn't that super cute? Again, you can punch your little hole. Just make sure it's only on, you know, one side to do this little trick here if you want. That'd be really cute with the little dangly bits too. And then you just slide off, open up. All right, that's it guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.